Hey everybody, I am in Bentonville, Arkansas, and behind me is a building that used to be Panera Bread Company, and I recorded many a Sea Realm podcast interview sitting either in my truck in the parking lot outside using their Wi-Fi or inside. But yeah, back in a Sea Realm podcast location. I'm here because I just got a haircut in this same parking lot. Hey everybody, KMO here, back from a 1 month timeout. Thank you, YouTube, for a video that was years old, but somebody decided was suddenly problematic. That's just how it goes on YouTube. You know, if you're prolific, then that just means there's a lot of stuff that the algorithms can pick through to find new offenses. It's beautiful. One of the beautiful aspects of artificial intelligence and how it is transforming our society. And this is supposed to be a video telling you that I've set a date, a release date for my science fiction novel. It'll come out on the 27th of this month. The title of the novel was originally going to be Fear and Loathing in the Kuiper Belt, and it still is. But all the Amazon forums, the KDP, the Kindle Direct Publishing options, and all of their cover design options all seem to have a subtitle. They assume the existence of a subtitle. And so, just kind of on a whim, I made the title Fear and Loathing in the Kuiper Belt with the subtitle Gen X Science Fiction. And I hadn't planned that, it wasn't part of the conception of the novel, but the longer I've lived with it, the more I think, yeah, this is science fiction that's a continuation, because it is my first science fiction novel. I don't have a long history of previous publication, so I'm not a part of the current contemporary science fiction publishing scene. And, when I'm thinking about science fiction, I'm thinking about the stuff that I read growing up, when I was in high school in the 80s and in college in the 90s. That was, a really formative period for me. But I was not only reading material that was new then, but I was reading science fiction from the previous decades. And things are just a lot different now. So, in a way, my novel is kind of a throwback. Although, of course, we're on the cusp of artificial intelligence finally eating the world. And I was looking back kind of to Dune. This novel doesn't have a whole lot in common with Dune, other than the fact that in Dune, Frank Herbert realized that, if you're going to talk about human beings thousands of years in the future, my novel takes place hundreds of years in the future, not thousands like Dune, that you have to come up with some explanation as to why humans are even relevant. How come artificial intelligence or post-humanity or digital humanity hasn't usurped our old ape bodies and shunted us off to the periphery? Well, one thing you can do is actually set your story on the periphery. And mine is set in the Kuiper Belt, which is pretty much the periphery of our solar system, unless you want to go out to the Oort cloud, in which case the Kuiper Belt is like that first ring of suburbs. Anyway, I have been publishing twice a week on Substack. I would invite you to come on by and check it out. On the screen somewhere, I don't know if it's on the left or on the right, you can see a list of my most recent Substack essay titles. I very much appreciate comments that I get there. I don't get as many comments on Substack as I do over here on YouTube, which is it's a little ironic because Substack is more work. It's more work for fewer page views and fewer return comments, less engagement. But this coming week, I'm going to write two essays. One is going to be on the topic of firm science fiction, which is what I'm thinking of as the happy medium between skiffy or soft sci-fi and hard speculative fiction. I used to be a hard sci-fi kind of guy, and the older I get, the more interested I am just in the human interactions and human characters dealing with trying circumstances, and the less interested I am in the nuts and bolts of how this or that thing actually worked. And then, looking at the novels that really stuck with me over the years, it is the ones where the authors didn't really get bogged down in technical details that stuck with me, because they tend to focus on characters, social situations, social dilemmas, that sort of thing. Things that are relevant to my life and your life. And unless you're a technologist or a technician of some sort, the nuts and bolts of, how any given technology works are not nearly as important or as relevant to one's life as the effects that technology has on your experience. So that'll be one essay. And the other essay is going to be on Gen X science fiction. What does that even mean? So let me ask you a question. When you hear the phrase Gen X science fiction, what comes to mind? I'm hoping to start a whole new literary genre here, Gen X sci-fi. So hit me up in the comments and I'll look for you on Substack. Link in the description. Also, of course, a link to my book in the description. The paperback is not available for pre-order. Only the Kindle is available for pre-order. But on the 27th of this month, when the book goes live, the paperback edition will be available as well. All right. Catch you later.